And sink or swim, cupped up to the brim. Ask me how I live, got a trim with a bad bitch. Looking like a wheel, dollar bills, all I really want. Put some in my will, know my mama probably wishing that I so down for real, but the stress getting to me. Mary in my ear, bad bitch, all up in my ear.
How's everybody doing? My name is Gene Villanos. Today I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can achieve 15% conversion rate on Google Ads. Let's get into it. So you guys can see this is my Google Ads dashboard. 15% conversion rate. Let me move this over so you guys know I'm not messing around. Right here, January 1 to November 23, 2020. So that kind of shows you where I'm at when it comes to Google Ads. And the 3 tips that I have is going to be very, very simple, and it's going to seem like it's very simple, but at the end of the day, it's very difficult to achieve because I've been doing Google Ads for a very long time. So this is something that I've seen multiple times. So for me, it's like second nature to understand these best practices. But for someone that's very novice or beginner, I can understand why it's a bit difficult. So the first tip that I have for you is making sure that you understand you have to let Google Ads and the Google algorithm run its course. What does that mean? There's a lot of misconceptions out there where they think that PPC is like a lightning bolt, which it is once you have it dialed in. But in the beginning, it's going to take time. So understanding that alone, where it could take about a month for you to not touch anything and just monitor, is very difficult for some people to really grasp and understand. So the more changes that you make, the more that the Google algorithm restarts and learns what you're trying to do. So that is the very first tip. When you make a change, make sure you give ample time for it to be taken into effect. I say 14 days. That's kind of the benchmark that I've used in the past, is around 14 days before I start making more changes. You have to be patient when it comes to Google Ads. Google Ads is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It could be a sprint once you have it dialed in, because I've seen really good results once I've given it the patience and I've given it the time for everything in Google to work itself out. So that's my very first step, is understanding you have to give this time, and don't make too many changes. When you're going to make a change, make it intentional, and don't make multiple changes at once. You know, if you want to increase manual CPC bid, increase the bid. If you want to increase the budget, increase the budget. But don't increase the budget, do negative keyword. If you have 3 or 4 changes and then you start to figure out, oh yeah, there's success within the changes and optimizations that I made, but you made 3 or 4, how would you know what the catalyst would be to the increase in sales and conversions when you've messed around so many times, right? That's kind of the golden rule of A/B testing and split testing, is understanding to tweak one variable and keep the rest the same, so that you know if that variable is successful or not that you tweaked, then that's where you double down. So that's the first tip, is being patient when it comes to making changes on Google Ads and letting the Google algorithm run its course. Second tip is negative keywords. And a lot of people have misconceptions when it comes to negative keyword. I personally don't do anything out of a hunch. I'm very data driven when I handle an account. So all of my negative keywords come from search terms. What I mean is I look through the search terms, look at the cost, look at the clicks, and if there's no conversion, that's where I start, and you can kind of see a pattern. If you see Amazon or eBay coming up a lot in your search terms, you don't have to wait 10 clicks for it to become a negative keyword. If you've never converted in the past before, what do you think? Why do you think you're going to convert now? A lot of success on Google Ads is understanding patterns and being able to either double down on it or get rid of it. You want to make sure that if the cost is high, clicks are high, conversions are 0, then that is a good candidate of negative keywords. I'll make another negative keyword video to really understand how to approach negative keyword, because there's a lot of psychology as well. There's a lot of buyer intent, purchaser intent, and I can go down a rabbit hole explaining how I think about it. But if there's 0 conversions, make it a negative keyword if it's eating up your budget. And the third tip to try to get your account closer to 15% conversion rate on Google Ads is making sure you understand your bid strategy. So now you're in bid strategy, and you see if you want to change your bid strategy, you could see how to do so right here. For me, my experience is if it's a new campaign, you're just getting traction, you're going to want to start with maximize clicks or just clicks, because what that does is it provides irrelevancy because Google is really using the algorithm to show your ads as much as possible to get the clicks. So you might not see a lot of conversions, but you will see what not to do, or you will see what search terms are not working for you. So that's a good start, because at the end of the day, without data, you're not going to be able to optimize your campaign. So don't be scared to increase your budget and do maximize clicks. If you're on top of it, you're going to understand I'm going to have to spend a little bit in the beginning, but what I'm spending for is data. Data is what's going to become the catalyst for you to be able to get 15% conversion rate on Google Ads. And that's really important that you understand at the beginning you need clicks and you need data, and then be on top of it and understand how to create negative keywords, and then you're going to be okay. But once you have enough conversions, I suggest switching it to target ROAS. What target ROAS is Google Ads is targeting your return on ad spend by maximizing your conversions. So once you have a couple conversions, Google is sophisticated enough to take a snapshot of that exact moment, that those exact factors that led up to that conversion, and they're going to try to emulate, and they're going to try to duplicate that every single time. So this is really good, target ROAS. It works really well. Once you have a couple conversions, I'd say 5 or 10, you can switch it over, and that'll get you to 15% conversion rate. So those are 3 tips of getting your conversion rate higher on Google Ads. Number 1, understand when you're going to make changes or optimizations, let it run. Let it run its course. Let Google Ads do its thing. Give it 14 days. Or a week. Don't be making changes every single day. That's a fast track to you spending a lot of budget and not getting any conversions. Tip 2, negative keywords is so important for your Google campaigns. Understand that it's vital for your search campaigns, it's vital for your Google shopping campaigns. Overall, you need to be on top of search terms and negative keywords, because without understanding that, your budget is going to be expended so quickly without any conversions. And if you don't know how to create negative keywords through search terms, I'll leave a link in the description for you to be able to take a look at the video that I made that's a step-by-step walkthrough on how you can create search term negative keywords. And thirdly, understand your bid strategy. There is definitely phases and stages to a campaign. If your campaign is just beginning, you want to get as much data as possible, so do maximize clicks or focus on clicks when it comes to bidding. Once you do have traction and conversion, switch it over target ROAS or maximize conversion value. Bidding strategy is very important. This kind of employs Google and its algorithm to work on your side. And once you have Google Ads algorithm on your side, and you're doing these best practices, it's nearly impossible for you not to increase your conversion rate to 15%. I will leave my link tree in the description so you can get a hold of me any which way. So if you have any questions or inquiry, I do optimizations for Google Ads, specifically Google Shopping. Go ahead and check out my link tree in the description below and we can chat. But I'll be back with more videos, but that's it for now.
Frost, you the boss, you dig?